Hi. I used to think discipline was restriction, that it was all about willpower and forcing myself to do things, but I was completely wrong. Now, I live by a system where discipline is pure dopamine. It's not about struggle, it's about flow. In this video, I will show you how discipline can bring you real pleasure and become your main source of motivation. Stick around until the end, because I will break down how to build a system that works without burned out and setbacks. If you haven't met yet, my name is Robert. I am author of a book and articles about business and economics. I am owner of 2 businesses and I'm really obsessed about self-growth. So, get comfortable, hit the like button, subscribe, and let's dive in. So first of all, let's find out what is good and bad dopamine. Everybody knows that dopamine is a feels-good chemical in our brain, but not all dopamine is good for you. Fast dopamine comes from quick pleasures, such as social media, junk food, binge watching. It feels great now, but later you feel unmotivated, tired, and empty. Slow dopamine. It comes from real progress, learning, workout, achieving goals. It is harder at first, but rewards lasts longer. The problem, as I mentioned before in the video how to stop self-sabotaging, you can find the link somewhere here. Your brain wants easy way, and if you feed it with easy dopamine, it will stop craving real success. The best example was my divorce. I was emotionally crushed. I drank alcohol to numb the pain. I ate junk food to get quick comfort. I played computer games to escape reality. For a moment, it helped, but every morning I woke up feeling even worse. And one day I finally thought, if I keep living like this, I will destroy my life. That was my wake-up call. This lifestyle not just hurts, it kills your willpower, your success, your future. The modern world is built to keep you addicted to fast dopamine. Social media, studies show, it reduces your focus and motivation. Sugar, quick pleasure, followed by energy crashes. Netflix and gaming, fake achievement that make you feel productive when you did nothing. Over time, your brain gets lazy. It stops wanting the real success. That's why people say, I'll start Monday. Or I don't feel motivated. Or I really want it, but I just can't. It's not about motivation. It's about breaking free from dopamine trap. But let's put it in this way. Every action is a vote for your future. If you scroll TikTok for an hour, you're voting to be someone who wastes time. If you skip workouts, you vote to be weaker. If you always choose comfort, you vote to stay stuck. You are training yourself to be lazy, and you are building the habit of doing nothing. No one is able to stop you except you. In this video, I really want to show you how make discipline feels good. The key is retrain your brain, make a real progress your new dopamine source. One of the most powerful natural dopamine booster is exercise. Ever finish workout and feeling amazing afterwards? That's dopamine in the action. When you move your body, your brain releases dopamine, serotonin, endorphins, the happiness chemicals. It makes you feel good, reduce stress, and boost your motivation. Study shows that exercise improves dopamine levels naturally, improving mood and energy. Unlike junk food or social media, this dopamine comes with no side effect, just strength, confidence, and better health. I used to think discipline meant forcing myself to do something I hate, but once I made exercise a habit, I realized something huge. Discipline doesn't have to be suffering. If you do it right, it can actually feel good. At first, working out felt like a chore, but after a few weeks, I started craving it. Why? Because my brain linked exercise with dopamine. The more I moved, the better I felt. And that changed everything. I stopped seeing discipline as a punishment and started seeing it as a fuel. What workout give me the biggest dopamine boost? Gym and weights training, lifting heavy, pushing my limits, seeing a real progress in the mirror. Every session reminds me that I'm getting stronger both physically and mentally. Muay Thai or Thai boxing, full focus, full power. It is intense, but after each session, I feel strong and unstoppable. Running, the rhythm, the fresh air, the feeling of pushing myself forward, it clears my mind and makes me feel alive. Whatever sport you choose, the key is this. It should challenge you, but also excite you. The secret is, do what gives you dopamine rush, but with long-term benefits. Most people chasing for short-term dopamine, Netflix, junk food, social scrolling, but that just makes you weaker. Instead, choose activities that give you dopamine and make you better. Find sports that excite you. Set small but achievable goals. Dopamine loves progress. Make it part of your daily life. Soon, discipline won't be something you force. It will be something you crave. Your brain is always looking for dopamine, and the only question is, where are you getting it from? If you train your brain loves real progress, discipline will be the most addictive thing in the world. Discipline is not just about sports. Most people think discipline is about waking up early, working out, or grinding hard. But there is another huge dopamine source that most people ignore. Progress. Every time you set up a goal and move for one step closer, your brain rewards you. Seeing your own progress, even in a small way, it gives you additional motivation. According to Harvard Business Review, achieving small goals triggers dopamine. It makes you feel good and pushes you to keep going. The best part, your brain doesn't care if the step is big or small. It just wants to see your movement. Ever felt overwhelmed with a goal and did nothing? That's because your brain hates hard things. The key is, make it so easy so you can't fail. Want to read more? Read one page. Want to exercise? Just do 5 push-ups. Want to meditate? Just close your eyes for 30 seconds. It sounds ridiculous, right? But these tiny actions reduce resistance. You start, and before you know it, you already do more. That is how habits are built. And by the way, if you wanna dive deeper in the building habits process, you can watch my previous video by the link. Your brain doesn't care about how the big step is, just what you took one. Dopamine doesn't reward perfection, it rewards progress. If you focus on just showing up, you will feel accomplished every day. Build the habits naturally and stay consistent without burnout. As Dr. Fogg wrote in his book Tiny Habits, doing a little every day beats doing a lot once in a while. So, how tracking progress actually gives you dopamine boost? When you see your progress, you want it more. That's why tracking progress actually works. Cross off day in your calendar. Use an app to track your workout or study time. Write down every small wins in your journal. Each time you mark a progress, your brain gets a little dopamine boost, making discipline feel rewarding. Example, how does 5 minutes ritual grow into big changes? Want to prove? Look at how small actions become big habits. In the beginning, you start just 5 minutes of workout. Later you start enjoying it. And then you go to the gym 4 times in a week, drink just 1 glass of the water, and you start feeling better. And now you stay hydrated all the day. It all starts small, but all small wins add up fast. Discipline is not about doing big and hard things. It's about making small wins a daily habit. If you will start tiny, your brain will actually crave progress. And before you know it, you will become unbreakable. Let's discuss one more technique, how to build the good habits and get rid of bad ones. Your brain doesn't just delete habits, it's replace them. Most people think that breaking bad habits is about willpower. You just have to stop doing it, right? Wrong. Your brain doesn't work that way. It actually hates empty space. When you replace one habit, it will look for something else to fill the gap. That's why just quit doesn't work. You have to replace a bad habit with a better one. James Clear in Atomic Habits actually confirmed that. He wrote that replacement habits is a key to lasting change. Ever try to quit something but only find yourself doing that again? That's because your brain craves rewards that habits gave you. Example, wrong way. I won't eat junk food anymore. Cravings kick in, you resist, stress builds, and finally you give in and feel guilty. Better way. Instead of junk food, I will eat fruit and nuts. You still have snacks, you have no stress and no guilt. The trick is not to fight habits, but to rewrite them. So the key moment, if you want to break a habit, don't remove it, swap it. I usually do it like this. I find a trigger. What makes me do that? Stress, boredom, morning routine. I replace it with something similar but better, something that gives me reward but in a healthier way. And finally, I make a bad habit inconvenient. Move the phone, hide the junk food, delete destructive app. It's not about stopping bad habits, it's about tricking your brain into better ones. Breaking habits is hard only if you try to stop without replacing them. If you swap them to something better, your brain will not fight back. It will follow the new path naturally. Besides replacement habits, we have another powerful tool. This is rituals, especially in the morning or evening. Most people try to be disciplined by forcing themselves doing things. They rely on motivation, willpower, and self-control. And this is why they fail. Willpower runs out, motivation fades, but Rituals stay. A ritual, it's not a to-do list. It's not a bunch of random habits. It's a flow where one habit naturally leads to the next one. No stress, no decision fatigue, no, oh, I have to do this. And the best part, your brain actually loves it. When the actions follow the predictable sequence, your brain automates them. It means that you don't waste energy of thinking, you just do it. That's why morning or evening rituals work much better when just trying to be disciplined. Want some personal example? Here's my morning ritual. 5:30. Woke up and immediately drink glass of water. After I meditate for 10 or 15 minutes. It calms my mind and set the tone. Breakfast prep. I pour hot water over my oatmeal and then go outside. Walk with the dogs. Fresh air, movements, and time with my lovely dogs. It wakes me up without stress. Feed dogs and take a shower. Now I'm refreshed, clean, and ready for our next step. Breakfast and teeth brushing. No stress, no hurry, just fuel my body. After I go to the gym, Muay Thai, or just run, my body gets stronger and my brain gets huge dopamine boosts. Post-workout shower. Now I've done a huge amount for my body and my brain. And that's only 10 a.m. and I'm ready for a long productive day. At this point, I feel fresh, energized, and fully ready for a walk. No stress, no forcing myself. It's just automatic system that works every day without fail. You just wake up and win the day on autopilot. But why do you need to create rituals? Because they help you to keep your all good habits in the long run. Most people fail at the discipline. They go to the gym for a week and quit because they don't see six-pack abs. They try waking up early for a few days and give up because they still feel tired. They start new habit and drop it because thing doesn't change for one night. But here is the truth. Discipline is not about speed, it's about direction. And success is not about big changes, it's about small but consistent ones. Real transformation takes months and years, and that's okay. Because once discipline becomes the part of who you are, you never go back. Most people see discipline as something external, as something they have to do. But the real shift happens when discipline becomes the part of who you are. A fit person doesn't try to work out, they just do. The productive person doesn't force themselves to be focused, they just focus. The disciplined person doesn't push through, they just live this way. And this is where the biggest mindset shift happens. Every action you take is a vote for the person you want to become. If you wake up early, you're voting to be someone who takes control of his day. If you skip workout, you're voting to be someone who gives up easily. If you spend hours scrolling your socials, you are voting to be someone who wastes his time. Every decision, no matter how small is it, shapes your identity. So the main questions: who are you voting to become? As we discussed before, most people try to force discipline through willpower, but willpower runs out, systems don't. The key moment is just to build a structure where discipline will be a part of your daily flow. This is exactly what I teach in Breakfast Code. How to build a system that actually works for you, not against you. It's not about willpower, it's about making discipline feel natural. When discipline built into your identity, you don't have to fight yourself anymore, it just happens. So if you want to learn more, please check the link in the first comment to that video. You don't need to force discipline, you just have to be a person who just live this way. As I mentioned before, most people think discipline is restriction, something that takes away your fun, freedom, and happiness. But the truth is the opposite. Discipline is not prison. Discipline is a tool that gives you more energy, more control, and more joy in life. When discipline is set up in the right way, it's not something you force, it's actually something that fuels you. And no, you don't need to change everything overnight. Pick just one principle from this video, apply it for a few weeks, and watch how your mind and body start working differently. Replace one bad habit with a better one. Stop tracking your progress no matter how small is it. Build a morning ritual that actually sets you up for success. At first, it will take effort, but soon enough, discipline will stop being a struggle and start being your natural fuel. And once that happens, you will never want to go back. If you want to learn how to build powerful habits that actually sticks, please check my previous video, 10 discipline lessons I wish I knew 10 years ago. It will help you start it. See you soon.